brain chemistry in balance. It's difficult for me to say one way or another. What I can say to you is even in cases where our team thought people were very severe and possibly not salvageable, we've seen people reverse. The magic ball's not in front of us, so we can determine which individual is going to gain benefit and which one can reverse their disorder. But the fact of the matter is, I always say it's never too late to try. To change your lifestyle, to work with a competent healthcare practitioner who understands the use of proteins in brain chemistry, herbal medicines, homeopathic, good psychotherapy by sane psychotherapists. All of these things are a means that can potentially help a person live a normal and healthy life. The vast majority of people with mental health care issues can stop it and reverse it. Varicose veins certainly can be helped by a good pure vegan diet and a proper exercise program. But to be candid with you, cosmetically they never completely go away without the use of saline solutions conducted by doctors who are expert in this area, or laser therapy. As a matter of fact, neither laser or saline solutions are a problem, so you shouldn't concern yourself with that. One is asking about raw nut consumption. It's ideal that you always soak and sprout your nuts before consuming them. Now, compared to some of the horrendous things that are called food out there in the world today, raw organic nuts are not that problematic. But the fact is, always better to soak and sprout them, and as we do here, sometimes dehydrate them to make them delicious, putting seasonings on them, giving people the temptation to think that these are better than even roasted, cancer-causing varieties. You also ask about cashews. We are not fond of cashews or peanuts. Both have inherently poisons in them that would keep us away from the ingestion of these particular nuts. Next, you ask about mixing them in trail mix. Not a great idea to combine a nut and fruit together. But nut consumption, good, especially in the early stages of adapting a raw living food diet, when you're still having emotional traumas and are trying to fill up that little belly so that you don't feel a little insecure. I know that I ate too many nuts in those early days. The fact of the matter is, it's a good substitute for those horrendous things we don't even want to mention. I have two questions from one individual. Number one, should I get rid of my cell phone? Well, I own a cell phone, but on my cell phone I have an EMF, an electromagnetic field protector. Also, I do not stick my cell phone up to my head and on my brain. I put it on speakerphone, and I set it in front of me as often as I can without touching it. And that's how I conduct as few conversations as possible. So less use, hands off, protect it with EMF protectors, good idea. The second question you had is, if you live on a 100% plant-based diet, are you absolutely positively sure you'll never get cancer? Well, you're absolutely positively sure your chances of contracting cancer are dramatically decreased. But how about if you have emotional trauma? How about if you happen to be next to a radiation center that's spewing radioactivity? There's many causes of cancer today. But what we will say is, by eating a proper, human-based, plant-based lifestyle, what you're going to do is have the immune system in fighting fit conditions so that you won't contract cancer at the rate that you see around you out there today. A mobile internet adapter is cancer-causing. All the invisible wiring, as we call it, the connectivity, all has a potential to throw your cells out of balance. Any out-of-balance cell can mutate, voila, you end up with cancer. Your home cordless phone can actually be more hazardous than cell phones. If you look at the amount of electricity that's conducting that phone, you'd be shocked. 9,000 is a very common number compared to a cell phone, which is substantially less. I have a question about pH. Unfortunately, out in the world of natural health care, there's a whole lot of misinformation being spread around. People are saying that if you have a perfect pH with not too much acidity and proper alkalinity, you'll never contract cancer. Once again, cancer is a multifaceted cause. It's not just one thing. It's not pH. If you have a pH of 7.4, you can contract cancer more than you would if you had one of 8? And the answer is, we don't know. If a person, by the way, has a chemical or heavy metal toxin problem, no matter what your pH is, you could possibly get cancer. If one had an emotional trauma occur, no matter what your pH is, you could contract cancer. Now, what I am willing to say, a balanced pH, that is approximately 7 for most people, long after they adapt a healthy lifestyle. I'll repeat that. Long after they adopt a healthy lifestyle. Because we've been testing pHs here at Hippocrates for over half a century. And when people leave a Western diet and get on a proper vegan living food diet, the pH swings. So those anal people listening today, your litmus paper, testing your urine and saliva every 10 minutes, and trying not to have a heart attack, don't read the books literally. Read them and think this is an overall sense of what may be right, but it may take me time to achieve that. So yes, if you had a balanced pH at around 7, your health would generally be stronger and you'd flourish more so than a person that had an extreme high or a low.